Hi there, this is Tata, and welcome to the Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Friday, March 22nd, 2024, and tonight I'll be talking about Friday Night SmackDown, but I'm not alone. Joining me for this review is none other than my fellow WrestleManiac co-host, Josh.
Totally, how's it going tonight? I have to say, every time I hear your intro, I just want to have a rope just to start shaking it, no matter what. I'm telling you, it's energy, and tonight we've got a lot of energy and a lot of things to talk about from SmackDown. Definitely some signings and some facing off of WrestleMania opponents. So I'm ready to get growing.
Same here. Let's get into it. Let's start off talking about this Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes face to face. So as we all know, we are on the road to WrestleMania, and the match. Let me see who we are. JJ. Hey JJ.
Hey JJ.
And the main event of WrestleMania Night 2 is Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. And so I was anticipating this face to face. Front row Joe, hey. So I don't know about you, but I felt a little slightly disappointed by a botch. Okay, Roman Rhodes. Okay, botch.
Botchamania. There we go.
It's not the first time I botched. Seriously. I don't know about you, but I felt a little slightly disappointed by this face-to-face. I guess I just wanted more from this, and I didn't get that. I will say, I really like the fact that Roman Reigns calls Cody Rhodes like a politician. He's like, "What are you, governor?" And he's like, "Does anybody have a child?"
That's pretty good.
I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was really great. But I also like the fact that Cody Rhodes, he mentions the Shield and the whole how him and Dustin beat Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I thought that was good, but it just felt like this was missing something,
To me, I guess, as weird as this is going to say, this feels like the promo that should have been done the night after Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble again, saying, "Man, you're back again. You won the Rumble again. Congratulations, Cody. But again, I'm Roman Reigns. This is just to me, it felt like this should have been the first promo, the first time maybe either Rhodes won the Rumble or when they announced the match. Because to me, I felt like there's no intensity. I'm sorry, there's no intensity. I don't feel the tension. I felt like they were kind of like kids just going out there saying, "Well, I'm going to kick your butt. Well, I'm going to kick your butt." There was no, I don't know if we can curse on here, but I'll beat myself. But, I wanted Cody Rhodes to be like, just like The Rock, I'm going to make you my beat, Roman Reigns. That's what I wanted. And I didn't get it. Look at Logan Paul and look at Mike Tyson. Tyson just says, "Day 4, I'm going to kick your ass." That's all he says, and that's it. And I don't get that from Rhodes. That's what I'm not getting.
JJ says, "I think they're receiving the major heat for the Go Home Raw in Brooklyn." I think they probably are too. But you're right. Like this didn't have any heat to it. I was just like, really? And honestly, it seems like most of the heat has been between Cody Rhodes and The Rock, more so than Cody and Roman.
Exactly. And that's the sad part. You have both champions, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, really, I dare say, being outshadowed because, look, Drew McIntyre is basically feuding with himself at this point because Seth finally acknowledged him after all this time. And you've got Roman Reigns kind of being like letting his cousin The Rock feud. It's weird. It's weird because, again, I should have intensity. You go back and look at any WrestleMania. 17, I think, is one of the best ones of all time. Just the build-up video of Austin and Rock saying, "I need to beat you, Rock. I need to beat you more than you can ever imagine." That was the simplest promo, but I watched it again and thinking, where is that from Rhodes? Where is that sort of, "I have to beat you. This is the story. I have to finish it. There is no tomorrow. I have to have it done." And that's what I think we're missing. We're missing Cody Rhodes' passion besides him crying.
Yeah, great. I was kind of hoping, I was like, oh my God, I really hope Rollins and Jay are out there because Cody's going to look like the biggest idiot if he didn't bring backup. Right. I did like the fact that Roman kind of just snapped his fingers and Solo and Jimmy showed up, but I felt like they were dragging that last part out. It felt like it took too long to get there.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, as we were talking offline, I mean, to me, I would have loved kind of like how our cameras are here. What I would have loved is seeing it to where you have, again, Cody in the middle, like they had that shot, but a shot would be of Jimmy and Solo, and then you have the reveal of them not realizing, turning around from back here, you would see Rollins stand up, and on your side, you'd have Jay stand up, and the idea is they would start fisticuff and they'd start fighting it out. Here come Roman trying to spear or trying to do a Superman punch to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes reverse it, does his his diamond cutter or whatever, Cody cutter, I should say, or a crossroads. To me, it just was weird that they walked. They did the sharks are circling, but I'm like, well, wait a minute. Cody can literally just back out past the announcers. So there was a way of escaping anyways. I don't know. It was shot weird. I didn't like that part.
JJ said that's part of why I think Roman will retain that Mania. Cody has taken his focus off Roman and put it on the Rock. I don't need Cody.
Yes.
I don't need Roman Reigns to retain. We're gonna do predictions, so we'll get more into that when we talk about predictions. But I don't need Roman Reigns to retain at WrestleMania. Okay, if Roman wasn't completely part-time and he had, like, let's say in the last 6 months he went part-time, I wouldn't mind. Okay, like, yeah, retain, but I'm over Roman Reigns. I'm over it.
I think they've done it to where he's so unbeatable now. Anybody that beats him is going to be made. But if they weren't chasing records, I think it would have 39 would have been the perfect time, or for the perfect time of Rock versus Reigns. I mean, I agree. I mean, look, guys, I play the WWE 2K24 game, right? And I have to find a snapshot, okay? But there's such a cool thing of the idea, and this what this guy did is he made like this fake belt, looks like the Rock's championship, right? It's perfect, it's beautiful, right? And the guy on there on those comments was like, if they did anything with the story, it should be that Cody Rhodes retains, Cody Rhodes beats Reigns, gets cocky, thinks he's going to beat The Rock. The Rock pins him 1, 2, 3, and then we have corporate Rock again as champion. Not that I want to see that. Understand?
Why are you even throwing that out there?
They said this. The guy said this is such a beep show. We might as well just have a WrestleMania 9, like go get him, Cody, go get him, Rock kind of moment. So, I just I agree. I think The Rock has really distracted Cody Rhodes, and if that's the idea, it's worked.
So this is basically like how SmackDown went off the air. This is kind of like a preview of what's going to probably happen at WrestleMania Night 2. The Avengers assemble.
Literally. And you're right. I mean, it should have just been a 6-month or a 6-man tag. They might as well. Sorry, go ahead with Casa D18 Studio says
he said he's 175 days away from passing Hulk Hogan. I don't think they're going to pass that up. Honestly, okay. At the 1,000 days, I get. He's already top 4. To me, it's just the fact that he's part-time, and it's the same shtick every single time.
Yep.
It really is, and I'm getting really sick of it. Like, SmackDown needs a full-time champion.
And we don't have him scared of anybody anymore. Go ahead. You can read that.
Daniel says, if Roman Reigns retains at WrestleMania 40, I will be doing WWE for good this time. I will not record or buy any WWE merch again, but I will watch other wrestling. Hey, that's understandable. I'm still going to watch even if Roman Reigns retains. I hope he does it, but we'll get more into that when we do predictions.
But I wonder sometimes looking at Reigns, and again, I was not born in the 70s, I was in the 80s, right? Mid-80s with Hogan. But sitting there thinking about Bruno was champion for 7 years. I still to this day, I mean, again, granted, things are different now, but I mean, yeah, the problem is 1,000 days made perfect sense. But now we're just chasing numbers just to say Roman Reigns is now number 4, number 3. Well, at a certain point when he loses, Bruno's still going to be 7 years. So unless they decide to go 7 years more, you're kind of hurting yourself in the end if you keep on chasing.
I mean, look at the difference between Gunther's reign and Roman Reigns' reign. Gunther has defended a lot, and he's full-time. My biggest problem is that Roman Reigns is part-time. That's the issue here.
Right. Well, I think somebody made a good point of saying, what if they kept the title on Roman and we had Bash at Berlin, Gunther versus Reigns, title for title. And again, Gunther could pull it off. I mean, again, he's going to be a babyface no matter what they do. I don't care if they say anything. He's in that area. So if they're leading to that and Gunther wins it and Cody beats Gunther, fine. I don't love the idea, but I mean, Gunther has proven a proven commodity. He wrestles every Monday, and he's not just a transitional. The man has made the championship to me.
I agree. Let's see. If Roman retains at WrestleMania, it's clear they're gonna have him surpass Hogan. I really don't hope. I'm sick of part-time long Brady champion. Me too. I'm tired of the part-timeness. All right,
I mean, we had
so
David Arquette as WCW champion. Hell, at least he defended it at the next pay-per-view and at least tried to defend it, and he lost it. But still, at least he defended it more than Reigns did, at least in the 6-month period. So come on.
yeah. All right. So SmackDown kicked off with Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar. I thought this was a pretty decent match. I really wish they would have gone a little longer, but that's just me because I know that if you let them go, Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar can put on a banger of a match.
I was kind of surprised they had it on a SmackDown. Again, it seems like they're putting the WrestleMania matches on. Maybe it's kind of a filler. And again, with the ending with Dominic costing his father the match, but you're still getting a rehash. I'm like, why do we need Dominic in this? I mean, are we gonna get Andrade in here in the end? It's gonna be Andrade and Rey Mysterio versus Dominic and Santos Escobar because let's put everybody together. Why not? Or some big giant 5-man. To me, it didn't make sense for Dominic to be here. I know it's his dad, but it's like, so he just showed up to win. I don't know. There wasn't much interaction between Santos and Dominic to make sense in terms of Judgment Day business. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I was kind of like, are they going to really revisit the feud between a father and son with Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio?
Yeah, I was over that at WrestleMania 39 even before it started. I mean, it was such a long. The problem is, and it's not Rey Mysterio's fault. He got injured, was gone for a while, and so that heat for that feud kind of died because you didn't have Santos saying, "I took out the greatest cruiserweight champion, the greatest lucha libre person of all time." That if he kept doing it like Drew's doing with CM Punk, he's keeping it alive just by memes or just by talking about the Man of Glass, CM Punk. I mean, that's the kind of stuff we didn't get from Santos. So I mean, granted, it's not his fault, but you can't keep a feud heated if you're not having the heel at least talk bad about the babyface at this point.
Something, and I agree with you. I think Rey Mysterio getting injured really put the brakes on this feud, and now they're trying to pick it up again, and it's just not the same.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. JJ says match was sloppy to me. Ray botched springboard crossbody off the bottom rope and slipped when he had Santos' wrist and ran up the ropes. Ray is showing that he's starting to lose his step. And maybe that's probably why they're revisiting the feud. Maybe Rey Mysterio is close to retiring. Maybe he wants to put his son and Santos Escobar over.
I was surprised at 39 he didn't retire, but again, it makes sense for the story. And again, if he puts over Santos, totally makes sense to me. But yeah, I mean, again, Mysterio at this point at 50-something, almost years old, shouldn't be doing hurricanranas and planchas and all that. Now, hurricanrana is fine, maybe, but, not that sort of stuff. Because again, he's an old man. I mean, he's an older guy, and there's nothing wrong with him changing his style. I mean, we don't see Vampiro, let's say in Mexico, doing dives as much. Now he's doing gimmick matches, but you got to kind of know where your age is at. I don't want to see Kofi Kingston at 55 doing his crazy jumping moves. I mean, adapt, and that's okay. That's what Rey Mysterio did from WCW, so why not here? I agree.
I kind of thought Dominic was going to beat his dad last year because, they were 4 hours. LA from San Diego's like 4 hours. Imagine the heat that Dominic would have gotten if he beat him.
Total sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Let's see. Am I the only one who doesn't mind if Cody doesn't beat Roman at Mania this year? Because, at 39, the book was great. The book. Oh my God. Everybody keeps saying that. You guys are all putting that out there. Oh my God.
Thank you. Because you've lost the moment. I mean, look, and Dr. and you and I talked earlier. I had a revelation, I guess, epiphany, whatever you call it, that I forgot that at WrestleMania 11 and 12, for both Royal Rumble 95 and 96, Shawn Michaels won 95, lost at 11 to Diesel, came back and won in 96, and then won the title a year later. So the story is not as unique as I initially thought it was, but I agree. It kind of, the best part of the story is Cody told a story about disappointing a fan that had all his merch, and literally after he lost, he was like, and that's, I think, collectively what we all did. We're like, all this build up, because we had a year of Rhodes building up from 38, right? Beating Seth Rollins 3 different times, getting injured, coming back. That was the story. So to elongate it, it almost felt like everybody knew, okay, they're going to make it for one more year for 40. Okay, great. But if he doesn't do it this time, you can't do it again at 41. You just can't.
Oh no, you definitely can't.
SummerSlam maybe, but it's already the bud's already off the rose at this point.
Yeah. JJ
Or
says you
rose
had a
at this point.
Tiffany epiphany.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. G.
Is that like a Tiffany Stratton type of thing?
Yeah, I mean, she definitely. I can go into Tiffany Stratton. That's an NXT conversation, but
You're the
definitely
NXT
she's so
expert
good.
here. That's why you're gonna lead the NXT
Yeah.
review that we're gonna do.
Exactly. So excited for that. Yeah, I can talk about Tiffany Stratton all day. Not just because of her looks, guys, but she really has impressed me because this is a character I thought was going to be just some flash in the pan, jumping on the whole Barbie movie thing, and she's really improved. So we could talk about that later, but I like that Tiffany Epiphany. That's a good callback.
You're funny. Okay, Mania qualifier match: the OC versus Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. You know, I'm really glad Grayson Waller and Austin Theory won here. I think they make a pretty great tag team, and I honestly wouldn't mind seeing them in the ladder match at WrestleMania.
Oh, because Grayson Waller himself, that's his kind of gimmick. He wants to have WrestleMania moments. He wants to make moments, and WrestleMania is going to be the place to do it. He'll jump off a high ladder, go through a table, put somebody through a table, something like that. But I think their chemistry, in a weird way, and this makes no sense when I say it to myself out loud, but it's almost like they make him almost like the little brother Grayson Waller following his older brother Austin Theory. And they might end up feuding together at SummerSlam or Survivor Series. I wouldn't mind that because, I mean, they're both pretty good at what they do. They are heel magnets, but Grayson can definitely pull off babyface if he wants to. Austin Theory, I don't think as much.
Let's see. He was surprised that LA Knight, broke into AJ Styles' house back in 2000. Triple H and Stone Cold. Okay, well, we'll talk about that home invasion when we get there.
Yeah.
We had Bayley, Naomi, and Bianca all backstage, and it seems like, Bayley and Naomi might end up being a tag team at some point, or maybe there's just like a temporary alliance here. But like, I really like the fact that Bianca tells Bayley that she's getting what she deserves because of all the things that she did to her.
Girl, yep. I mean, I agree. I mean, but that is the time you don't see that. That is a little bit of a wrinkle that's more realistic because most of the time in WWE logic, wrestling logic, suddenly the guy that was, beating the heck out of me, Triple H and Steve Austin, right? They beat the heck out of each other in 2001. Not a month later, they're buddy, and they don't ever say, like, you were kind of a piece of crap to me. Well, you tried to run me over. They never reference it. So the fact that Bianca said, you kind of deserve this, but we're going to help you out because it's the right thing to do. I liked it. It was a little bit more realistic because, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, I believe is the saying. So that's kind of what they're doing. I agree.
Let's see. It made sense for the OC to lose because they have qualified for the tag qualifier heading into San Antonio. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're in NXT too because I feel so bad for them though. Because I mean, once they separated AJ and the OC, I think I don't know. That's a whole nother thing. But you could have had. We'll get into it here with the LA Knight AJ Styles thing, but they could have used OC a lot better. Yeah. Excuse me, LA Knight. Yeah,
LA Knight. Yeah.
There you go.
I knew the Good Brothers had gone down to NXT. I didn't know that they qualified for the Stand and Deliver.
Yep.
Thank you for letting me know. So we get a Braun Breaker video package, and there's one thing that WWE does really well is their video packages. I really liked how this video package basically introduced Braun Breaker to everybody who doesn't really watch NXT like myself. I knew a little bit about Braun Breaker, but like I said, this video package, if you've never seen a day of NXT ever and you didn't know who Braun Breaker was, I thought this was a really great way to highlight him.
Oh, I didn't realize this. I mean, I watched NXT. I didn't realize his vertical leap was so long. My God. 10 feet? I think that's what it said, 10 feet something. It was nuts. I mean, so I think it's vertical leap maybe. Either way, I mean, yeah, this definitely was it's weird though because they're almost booking him like he's going to be a babyface. Where in NXT, he's a heel in a tag team champion actually with Braun.
With Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about NXT.
Yeah. The living X-Pac go away heat and Baron Corbin. At least that's why I call him the new X-Pac because nobody wants to see him anymore. Go away.
You are hilarious. We get Naomi versus IYO SKY, and like before this match even started, it cut to like IYO SKY in the back beating up Bayley. Let's see. Baron is the beast. Go back and watch his matches with Dolph Ziggler.
It's not that I dislike, and I'll just do a quick little thing. It's not that I dislike Baron Corbin, the guy. I mean, he's got talent. That's definitely not in question. And his tag team with Braun Breaker has been a lot better than expected. I just mean that to me, I don't feel like he's really got this character. The guy has been all over the map. I mean, to me, when he was the poor, broke Baron Corbin, they missed out on the opportunity, I think, there because people were being sympathetic to him. I mean, they were
I
giving him
really like
money, all
broke
sorts
Baron
of crazy
Corbin.
stuff. So he's got talent. It's not that. It's just to me, I feel like he tweaks a little bit, but it's not enough for me to buy into just yet. With Braun Breaker, it's good, but I feel bad because now as soon as he's getting good, Braun Breaker's going to SmackDown. So, what are you going to do at this point? Leave Baron Corbin behind.
Baron and Corbin have organically turned babyface. Braun Breaker should be against too.
I
Oh,
mean,
I didn't say Baron. I said Braun as in Braun Breaker. Oh,
okay. I'm
okay.
sorry. I read that as Baron, but I mean, Braun, yes, is a beast. To agree with you too, sir. Sorry about that. Or Matt,
Okay.
whichever.
So let's going back to Naomi versus IYO SKY. The match was okay. It wasn't bad. IYO SKY won. But my problem with this has been Naomi's booking. I don't know if you watched TNA, but in TNA, TNA treated Naomi or Trinity like a star. She was undefeated. She tapped out Deonna Purrazzo. She even had an intergender match, which she won. She was just booked amazing in TNA, and she comes back to WWE, and I feel like her booking has been night and day.
My opinion, if we thought that Mrs. Mercedes Monet or whatever her name is now was going to pull Naomi out of WWE, yeah, walk out with me, girl. We're going to show them what for. She goes back. I mean, I feel bad for her. Don't get me wrong. I hate what they're doing to her. But this to me is a punishment. This is me of saying, I mean, to let her walk out like that, this is their punishment. This is their test of saying, okay, like I said with Cody Rhodes losing at 39, that was, okay, we're going to push you to the moon. But guess what? You're going to lose. Can you handle this? Because you're not just going to break my throne and just think it's going to be, okay, we're cool. Same with Naomi. I mean, look how she got eliminated in the Elimination Chamber. She flipped off the top of the chamber. Again, it was high, but you don't see that very often. So poor Naomi. And to go back to the start of the match, I thought it was so backwards. Like IYO SKY attacking Bayley. It should have been IYO SKY coming out, looking around. Well, where's damage control? Oh, they're beating up Bayley. It's a 3-on-1 on Bayley in the back. So now Bayley's eliminated. It's a 3-on-1. It was, I don't know. It was weird. It was backwards to me. Like they were waiting on her. So, yeah, poor Naomi / Trinity. They just, poor girl. I feel so bad for her.
Gigi says, I love Naomi, but they weren't going to have IYO lose this closer. I don't mind IYO winning the match. That's not my issue. My issue is that overall, since Naomi came back, her booking has just been terrible.
Micah does it best, said it best. Cody broke the throne, and he calls Triple H his favorite wrestler now. Everybody has to bow down to Daddy eventually. Sorry, Dad. Yep.
When I went to All Out, the first one, I went to StarCast, and they had the throne. They had the throne right there and everything. You couldn't get close to it because it was roped off, but you could still take a picture next to it. So I took a picture next to that throne.
I agree. I mean, again, poor Naomi. I mean, again, the idea of her not getting much offense was surprising. And again, IYO does not need to lose, but boy, they just beat the crap out of Naomi. It wasn't even a fair fight. And again, I know damage control was designed to do that, but they might as well get the dang spray paint and just spray painted, DMG CTRL or something on her back. I mean, this was an NWO style beatdown to me because I mean, I don't know, it was bad. And then Bianca comes out, gets beat up too. It was awful.
Yeah, and then backstage, because Naomi had got it missed, Bianca's just trying to help Naomi flush that, and Tiffany Stratton just walks by.
The savior of the segment.
Jesus, that's a good look for her. Let's see.
I mean,
Cody be like Triple H, that throne baking thing. All right, so we got a video package of Jade Cargill. She's coming to SmackDown next week as her debut as a SmackDown superstar. So it should be interesting. Like JJ said here, they might be building up to Naomi, Bianca, and Jade versus the Kabuki Warriors and Dakota Kai at WrestleMania. I definitely do agree, especially because they did tease that a little bit of an interaction a couple weeks ago with Jade Cargill and IYO SKY. So I feel like that's what's gonna happen here. I'm actually really excited. I cannot wait to see the debut of Jade Cargill.
Please get rid of Dakota Kai. Just kick her out already. I just need my 3 ladies, the champions as a team. And maybe that's what they'll do. Maybe Dakota Kai will be the deciding losing factor. They missed her, get rid of her, and send her back to NXT. Because at this point, she just, to me, does not fit in Damage Control anymore. At least in my opinion. Sorry, but I don't know. I hate to say it this way, Dakota Kai to me is like the Dollar General Bayley. It just, to me, does not work. It's the same character, or tries to be.
My only problem with them doing a 6-woman tag match is that means the women's tag titles probably aren't going to get defended.
That's true.
That's true. Probably what that means.
Titles. Again, Damage Control.
He says for Gary Ripley, Jade Cargill is mommy.
That would be an interesting matchup. That could be a 41 match. If Becky doesn't win, that could be a WrestleMania 41 match. I don't think Rhea's going to keep the title that long. No, but if Rhea makes it to 41 as champion still, I'll be surprised. Be good if she does, though. I wouldn't be mad because, I mean, nobody else is going to be able to pick it up.
We get Kevin Owens backstage, and like the whole point of this segment is he's got a tag team match against Pretty Deadly with Randy Orton, and like he just ends up knocking them out at the same time.
Kevin Owens is what I hope to be as a dad one day. Just irritated, frustrated, like you kids are. He makes me think of the dad that's so tired of the kids fighting, he's just had enough with everyone in the house. And I love that character because, especially when they did the whole, you might not want to stand close to each other. Boom, I got him, Randy. I got him. So I mean, the new RKO, might as well just call the tag team RKO, right?
RKO to second power or RKO squared?
I would say RKO. But if it gives them, I think if it gives Randy a out at WrestleMania to be able to kind of just do something without having to really get himself more injured, I mean, I don't mind the dynamic. I much prefer this than with Riddle. Oh, I could not stand the Riddle bro RKO bro thing. I could not do it.
I actually liked RK bro.
I don't know. Just me. Riddle just rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm like, no, man, you ain't up on Eric. You can't be out there barefoot. Solo pulls it off.
KO made my daughter mad. She loves Pretty Deadly. I like Pretty Deadly too, but I thought that was pretty funny.
The Billy and Chuck
yes, boy.
It's perfect.
So we get a home invasion. LA Knight, went to AJ Styles' house and attacked him. It's been a while since we had a home invasion. Now, I don't know about you, but it looks like to me in this picture,
bro, AJ Styles resembles
Gregory Helms, like Hurricane Helms.
Oh my God, he was swole. I was like, is that AJ Cage? Is that Brian Styles? I mean, that boy got buff quick. Oh my goodness.
Wouldn't you agree he looks like Hurricane Helms with that black bandana? Sweet Louisiana.
I thought you meant the fat face, but yeah, I agree.
I was thinking Danny California.
There we go. Well, we had that home invasion angle since what? Since Triple H and Randy Orton when he threw him through the glass or whatever, right? In 07. Am I missed? I mean, I may be wrong. There may be more I missed, but that was the last memorable one I had. But this one was a lot better. I still love the cop camera footage. I loved how well done that was. That was really well done.
Yeah, because like LA Knight, said he was gonna go look for AJ Styles because apparently AJ Styles can show up to Australia, but he can't show up to SmackDown.
I still want to hear the bad boys. Bad boys, what you gonna do?
AJ Styles used to beat LA Knight. I disagree. I think
09.
LA Knight, needs to beat AJ Styles.
I stand corrected, Micah. Yes, you're right. 09, it was the build up to WrestleMania 25's match between them, not 07. 09, you're right.
Well, you know what? LA Knight, isn't the first wrestler to visit AJ Styles' home. You forget Samoa Joe also visited AJ Styles' home too.
Oh, Samoa Joe WWE. My heart breaks. Come back, Joe.
I think
Come
he's
back.
doing pretty good in AEW. Pillman and Austin, the most famous home invasion angle.
Yes. By far.
Yep, by far. So, all right. Last but certainly not least, we get another Mania qualifier. It's the Street Profits versus AOP. This match was okay. Street Profits won, and I kind of feel like it's pretty much over for the final testament here.
Yeah, I mean, I hate the logo. I hate it. I don't like it. Not even because it's to me sacrilege. I just hate it. It's so lazy. I could do a better Final Testament logo. And I know that's a small detail, but to me, it's like, come on, guys. Surely you can make a better looking logo. And the reason I say that is if you look at the Judgment Days logo, right? It's got intricacy. It's got all this. Final Testament, it's like a cross and then another F. To me, that shows no effort from anybody. And I don't think they're going to be around that much longer. I mean, they may be kind of hanging off, but look, the feud between them and the Street Profits or the Pride or whatever they're calling themselves, where was Bobby Lashley in all this? You know, like I want to see more. I want this WrestleMania match to be good, but the feud kind of just disappeared to me. Like it just kind of cooled off, like, oh, it's a tag qualifier match. They've been feuding recently, but I don't know. They cooled off this feud too quickly. It could have been something good.
Yeah, I feel like they did. I'm not a huge fan of the Final Testament. Like I said, I think that faction is pretty much dead.
Agreed. I mean, because you don't get. I mean, the Judgment Day was on WWE so much on Raw that I mean they do so good on factions on Raw. I mean, Damage Control shows up on Raw; they're great, but for whatever reason, SmackDown, granted the Bloodline being different, any other faction WWE, it's literally the Bloodline and Judgment Day, and then Damage Control is the third. But anybody else? Can you tell me another faction? The LWO, Legado del Fantasma. I mean, you're not getting much out of there. And that's the unfortunate part. It's not the faction wars of the Attitude Era. Granted, not all of them were great. We think about the Disciples of Apocalypse, but I don't know. I just 2 months ago, I would say this would be a great qualifier because they were in a feud amidst it. Now it's like, oh, I forgot that they were fighting each other. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Agreed. A cute dog. Oh, thanks. Yeah, you can see my dog in the back. She passed by. One of my two dogs. All right, I guess we're gonna stop there because we already talked about the face-to-face between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. So on a scale from a 1 to a Sean Spears perfect 10, what would you rank tonight's show?
Well, if I take the match qualities, I thought the matches were pretty good. Nothing was channel changing. I don't think. I mean, I'd give it a solid 7. It wasn't bad. I mean, had we had a better promo at the end instead of just I don't want to say suffer and succotash promo, but it was pretty bad. I'd say a 7. It was kind of in the middle. Not terrible. Matches were good, but nothing else memorable from this show.
I agree with you. A solid 7 because I felt I did like some of the stuff on tonight's SmackDown. I feel like the majority of it was just not so memorable, and that face to face wasn't at all it needed that extra oomph. You get me?
I mean, like I said, it doesn't even have to be
8 out of 10.
Okay. I mean, and again, that's the thing. I don't feel the passion from Cody. Roman Reigns, again, as we said, we've seen him every feud you watch. He'll laugh at somebody beating him. He'll think, oh, they're not going to beat me. He'll have a moment of surprise. And then, oh, I'm going to beat you again. I'm not afraid of you. And then it ends up to where he wins. So am I supposed to believe that Cody Rhodes is going to do it again? Maybe this time he'll duck Solo's finger or he'll just do this. I mean, I don't feel Cody Rhodes' passion comes across as forced, and it shouldn't. I shouldn't feel the crying about his mom thing. Fine. That should have been, I'm going to do it for dad. I'm going to do it for the Gipper and win the Rumble again. Not, hey, I'm going to hand Michelle Rubio the title. And, my mom, she beat up an undercover cop. I'm like, what? It was very random. I'm like, well, now I want to know more of that story. Just tell me that story, how that finished. So, yeah, the face-off was not, I don't think it was good. It's not what I wanted. I
Okay, so
wanted a
hold up.
brawl at the end of the show.
So, a couple of comments here.
Oh,
What
good.
match are y'all looking forward to Mania? Because for me, it's a tag match with Rock, Roman, and Cody and Seth. Maybe Cody knows he's already gonna lose, so his heart isn't in his promos. Why should Cody show passion? Everybody keeps saying that. I swear to
Thank
oh
you.
my god. You know what? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone's entitled. Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree here. As far as what match I'm looking forward to, obviously the tag match and Roman versus Cody. What about you, Josh?
You know, surprisingly, the tag match I could care less about. I am much more interested in seeing Seth versus Drew because they had a pretty good match. They had good matches. But I'm hoping this is the time Drew McIntyre gets his moment. I'm by no means a McIntyre mark, but you know, he made a good point on Monday Night Raw. You're not paying attention, Seth. You're not paying attention. You're playing with The Rock and Roman Reigns. You're forgetting that I'm over here ready to kick your ass. And to me, that says it all right there. Drew, to me, can definitely. This should be the second resurgence of Drew. Because CM Punk can beat Drew McIntyre coming back. He could talk crap, all this sort of stuff. I'm looking forward to that. Because to me, if Seth Rollins wins after already having a match, that's the thing. This gives Seth an out. If he loses or even wins the night one, they could always say, well, you know, Drew, you beat a man that was, you know, I was beaten up by The Rock. The Bloodline beat me after. So it goes for the return that he really wasn't facing the 100% Seth. Because remember, Drew said, I want you at your best. And so he could say, I'll fight you again because I only got a 50, 60% Seth Rollins on night two from the battle before. So to me, it's Rollins and McIntyre. I'd much rather see that because The Rock's going to do his thing. I'm over.
All right, fair point. Fair point. Everybody, you know, agree to. We'll get more into it when we do predictions over at WrestleManiacs.
Yes.
All right. As we get ready to sign off, Josh, where can people find you?
You can find me on, I think it's the profile. What is it called? X now. X at Gamer Porosky. I'm the only one, so you only find one Gamer Porosky. It's real easy, real unique last name. Going to be hopefully working on doing some NXT reviews weekly here after Mania. So definitely looking forward to that and have some guests join. Sometimes it'll just be me, but definitely looking forward to getting more into it. So definitely follow and, you know, all good things coming, guys and gals.
As for myself, you can follow me on X at @the_. I talk all things wrestling, Raw, SmackDown, AEW Dynamite, AEW Rampage, and for all things TNA, that I cover exclusively over on Body Slam. We are on the road to WrestleMania, and me and Josh have some cool things, dual stream simulcast, whatever the word is, in store for WrestleMania week. We'll get more into that details next week. But for right now, thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And I'll see you guys Monday after Raw. Bye.
See you later.